Well, hello. We're going to go on ground level today. So, what I ended up doing was I tried stealing. Oh, Daniel from Mirra BMX Builds, everybody. Howdy. I stole the polished bar ends off the blue 351 to. I just wanted to see what it looked like when it was done because we got our new chain in. K1 wide. I probably should have filmed that. I did not. I know. I suck. And then we'll have a little reveal. But I couldn't put the bar into the handlebar, and I couldn't really figure out why. I did notice that the weld inside the tubing obviously from when they make the tubing is different from when they make the handlebar. There's this weld seam in there, and so what I did, I have this little tool. Took a piece of round stock, I cut it right down the middle, and I put emery cloth folded up in there for a little flapper and did a little hone job. Use a Dremel, whatever. Does a nice clean little area there. And then, from somebody who's been really big and pivotal in building these things and tracking down some parts and some information that I didn't know about along the way, and who's continually to help and got some cool things going on, as Mitchell. He had these NOS polished bar ends. I said I needed bottom bearing brackets and I needed bar ends, and he got right on it and he said, here, I got exactly what you need, unclaimed. So, ladies and gentlemen, last pieces of the puzzle. Yay! If I knew how to work the computer stuff, I would do the fake clapping noises over my videos. That's it. Now, there may be one slight change. I did order a Tech 77. I had these set of 99s, and I'm still not 100% positive if I want to run a front brake yet. This one isn't exactly a Mirra spec build. I wanted to keep this one from Adrian Warren in Australia, where he bought this bike brand new in 2000, and he built it up the way that he wanted to ride his bike, and he was actually a really good rider. And he rode the crap out of this bike, and he didn't want it parted out, and he wanted to make sure it was appreciated and taken care of and well kept, and will never get parted out. And like, mostly when you get these bikes, people part them out because this bike is worth twice as much in pieces as it is sitting here, believe it or not. And so mostly people will get the bike and they'll just disperse the parts and make money, and away you go. Well, I'm the opposite. If I get a bike, I might add to it. Like that blue one, I believe I put the bar ends on it, and then it had demolition tires, and I put some MS3s on there. I haven't found white walls for that one yet, but and a pro seat, things like that. This one had a black front end. Those black bars are off of this bike, and then the S&M forks came off, and I put the tank headset on. I ended up going with new cables. I was trying to refrain from changing the cables out so I could keep it to his original how he set it up. And I put the sparkle seat on, and he was on his own turning it over into a Mirra bike. And so I wanted to leave it the way that he had it ish to the most part, other than I put the chrome front end on it and the sparkle seat, a little beefier chain, and then these bar ends obviously. And then, like I said, I swapped the handlebars out. So, that being said, he wasn't running a front brake. Dave didn't really run front brakes. So, it's kind of in the air. Give me 1 second, I need to get my drink. On what I wanted to do. He tracked the pegs down. These are re-chromed wheels. I already had the white walls. I had the handlebar. I had NOS grips. I found a tank headset. I found NOS SST gyro kit put on there. I put the 99 early 2000 style front brake kit. Well, this one's for the front brake, not a front brake kit. They're just brake kits in general. The 990s. And I put one on the back, new chain. I had a basically NOS sparkle seat from my buddy. It's hooked me up a lot as well. Like I said, I already found the tires. Got this big block stem off another guy off the page and polished it up and did a little mess around with it. And I bought the front and rear brake levers. And like I said, I'm not 100% positive quite yet if I want to run front brake like I have on the other ones, or if I just want to leave it alone. He didn't run a front brake, so. And then Mitchell also gave me a link for the rubber deals for there, so I guess I am missing one part. That'll be here next week. But for the most part, guys, I'll walk you around it here in a minute. But I also just kind of wanted to go over my house stash. I haven't really got to do that. So while I'm at it, I'll do the house stash stuff. Most of you guys have seen my toolbox drawer. These are actually, oh, that was another thing. These are OS1 cranks. These go on that bike. These will either go on this or on that or the gray. And then I have, when I get my promises paid off, I should have my 39 tooth for that bike or the gray bike. But these OS1 cranks were on this bike, which is fine. I did, however, track down a set of these. These are the pinchless fusion etched cranks of 98, 99. I had a set, and then he also sent the set that was with this bike in the package, and I don't remember which one I ended up using, but I obviously have some sweet stuff for that. These will go to that. This is obviously a kit. May or may not use this brake on there. If not, I have something else in the works. Oh, another thing, I needed 20 millimeter. These are 20 millimeter. These are 22. And so I didn't have the right bottom bracket to do this correctly. And so along with the bar ends, Mitch sent me tank headsets. Remember how I kept telling you guys I needed 10 of them? Well, now I only need 8. The gyros and all. Thank you, Mitch. And here's the other option, and I'm still kicking around whether I want to do this or not. So here is the laser etched fusion pinch cranks. These actually is what Dave rode a lot of the times on these bikes. So you could have went either or this year. So the difference is these were splitting, and these are only 10 spline, not 8 spline, not 19 millimeter like you normally could get on pretty much anything else. And they would wallow out the little cogs for the splines. So they beefed it up and went with the pinch instead. So they're essentially the same crank, just one's pinch, one's not. So I don't want to mix those up. And then in 01, and on the Taiwan 2000 bikes, you had the screen printed, also from Mitch, thank you very much, sir. Screen printed black. Chrome laser etch. Oh, here, let's do, they're the same crank. These are what's on that bike and the blue bike in the background. I got too much going on here now. What did I do? More bottom bracket goodies. Ah, I'm just in heaven right now with that stuff. This is all mail order stuff that I haven't really shown. Brake kits for the gray. We haven't done that yet. These are the generic cables that I was showing you guys on a previous video. I have one in case I want, didn't tell you. I had one of these in case I didn't want to do, in case I wanted to do a front brake on this bike, knowing that this one was coming. I just didn't want to quite rebuild at the time. I have one at the toolbox at work, and I have one for that bike. Obviously, those are my placeholder bikes. Those are going to hold my parts for my spec builds. Obviously, I have the wrong stem because I robbed that stem for here. And that stem is off the gray one. Anyways, I'm probably going to build the gray one first. I just haven't really decided. That one had the brakes on it already, and it looked the most complete, so I just kind of threw my stuff on it. But he didn't run front brakes on the gray one. I think maybe one version for a little bit, but there was front brakes on the trick tips video on the raw frame. So I may or may not run a cable on that. Either way. Here is the stock cups from this bike that will now be on the gray, because that, no, on that, the gray has a set. So that way I can run these 22 millimeter bearing. These are the cups for that bike, and these are the style cranks, which I got to pay up on some stuff I've been paying on, and get those other cranks coming. So those were just some extra goodies I thought I'd share with the class, kind of what I have going on here, and do a little close-up action here. But in order to do these, I'll show you the mess. This is just a couple of the things I had laying around here. This is kind of wild. I might even take a picture of that later. But like I said, other than these rubber things, or deciding whether I want to go with the front brake or not, that's done. It's a wrap. Clean it up, get some cool videos and some pictures. Let's do a close-up. Sparkle seat. Don't get much nicer than that. The ultra rare Blue Gut Fusion Micro Adjust. Haro seat post clamp, double clamp. That's the brake I was telling you about. This is the technically right foot forward sprocket. I didn't get you enough of a close-up on that, and I'll show you why. Upside down, upside down. Left foot forward, right way around. See how they're different? Even the logo size, and the one on the right's etched a little bit more. Adrian already found these pedals for it. Got the half for threes. The infamous white wall unicorns. These are the hardest thing to find, guys. As far as I've gone into this stuff, these are the hardest thing to find. That original OG cable setup, tank headset, USA. Just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Love it. Oh, will it focus? There it went. Yep. The Mega Fork. All right, guys. God's good all the time. Peace.